1 second. Right. Let's bring this microphone closer. Okay. And then bring this up here. This is a very good content creator on itch, as far as I'm concerned. Sub-Labyrinth makes interactive stories, particularly visual novels. That's my thing. The creative director, artist, and writer behind Sylvan's essay Wellen. She has a BFA in studio art, illustration, a fact that makes her laugh from time to time. When not making games, she is probably throwing hay out for a herd of goats. Sounds like a farm. She probably has a farm or something. Interesting. Sun Labyrinth on itch.io, right? These are their games. 7 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are free. We're gonna check them out. Spoiler, I already did this one. I'm gonna do it again if I need. So good. Okay, let's see here. Turn off the fan. Oh, self-promo. I have my book, The Ace of Knives, up on itch.io as well. Tanya-lib as in book, URD as in doctor, .itch.io /the-ace-of-knives. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to find it by the time this is there. But yeah, we're gonna check out Ember. Ember escaped the Wolf of Sophia a long time ago, but so she believed. This is my first game after I thought I would have to quit game dev. Current news on that here. Oh. They have a blog? Okay. I didn't know you could do a blog on here. What? Okay. Ember and Wolf is a flash fiction game made for the O2A2VN Jam, which imposes a strict asset limitation and allows stories to be no more than 1,000 words. Oh, that's kind of loud. I'm just going to turn it on a bit. Okay. I woke up looking into a demon's eyes, black to the sclera. Save Q, what's Q? Save Q, press. Okay. But more alarming was the helpless paralysis that smothered me and froze my limbs. Alright. The Wolf of Sophia hovered over my bed, dark eyes unblinking. He had a name. Like most shadow demons, he seldom gave it away. But we'd been close once, he and I knew his secrets. He knew most of mine. Ember, hello, Nestor. Nestor, pet. His cold, pale lips didn't move. Nestor preferred telepathy. I know what you're thinking. Telepathy. The bee's knees, right? Wrong. Nothing dredges up fears and horrors like someone easing their way into your mind against your will. Yep, true. But after long years of being on the receiving end of Nestor's favorite form of communication, I could respond without any fear spiraling out of control. Ember, still here? Don't you have a new apprentice to torment? Okay, art starts in 3, 2, 1, so let's just continue here. Just wait. That's funny. Wanted to see the... Okay, there's no ads. The wolf's mouth spread, revealing sharp canines. Nestor, you tried to forget me. He reached into my mind and pulled the memory free, forcing it in front of my face, a wooden bottle carved with words written in forbidden language of magic, superimposed itself across my vision. Yes, I tried to forget the wolf. The effect had been short-lived. Sometime later, he'd ripped into my mind and forced me to see what I'd forgotten. Ember, I thought it was for the best at the time. I didn't know you still had a grudge. Okay, ad break now. Great. There we go. Ember, I thought it was for the best at the time. I didn't know you still held a grudge. Remove that. Why is that so tight down there? Ember, why are you bringing that up again? And why are you here? Nestor, pet. Ember, you're talkative today. Nestor, pet. Ember, what do you want? Sullen silence. Nestor, pet. Something was wrong. Ember, who's pulling your strings now, Nestor? Are you in control or has somebody else got hold of the reins? From time to time, the wind in the sofa would cease, and some other being would seize Nestor's broken mind. Perhaps the Empress Shadow from the south, or Nethil of Ithos from the north. Oh, really? If that happened, woe to any magically gifted apprentice of Nestor as then. A year after I left him, the wind ceased, and he tried to kill me in my sleep. Jeez. One desperate prayer to the gods shook him from his murderous reverie, and he subsided. I shivered, though my limbs still resisted my commands. Gods, if you're listening, please protect me. My prayer rose up. Then came a brief, sharp force, a brush of Nestor's anger and impatience, and then nothing. Had he stolen my prayer? Could he do that? Mister. Pet. The gloom possessed a dark, sticky quality, and I felt the urge to rub it off. My hands would not obey me. Ember, what do you want? Demon black eyes bored into me, unblinking. I tried to shift on my pillow, but to no avail. I was fully dressed, my clothes too tight for sleeping. God, I'd fallen asleep in the first place. But my memory would not answer. No. Earlier, a lethargy had come over me, heavy and hard, just like when the wolf used to bespell me. A study in willpower, he used to say. It grated on my nerves that I had failed his latest test. Cold bit into me, but I could not coax my arms and hands into drawing up the covers. Yes, sir. Pet. Why do you keep saying that? Oh shit. Nessa's dark eyes caught strange lights in the gloom, capturing and holding my attention. Esther. Pet. His cool regard was a tangible thing, and it bit me with its eyes. Is that a riddle? Cold bit into me, but I could not coax my arms and hands into drawing up the covers. God, that drum thing kinda scared me. Esther. Pet. Ember, what does pet mean? Esther. Pet. Ember, please. Mister, yes. Mister, pet. Oh, I get it. You have to figure out why he keeps saying pet. I've bitten up more than I can chew. I can't figure this out. If I hit end, she might die, right? Ember, please exile. Mister, pet. She can't eat. Please excuse. Mister, pet. Ember, please escape. Mister, pet. Please envy. Mister, pet. End. Mister, yes. Pet. Please end this. Please end this. Oh shit. She's in the bed. Yes. Mister, how do I end this? I've only been trying ever since I left. And I woke at the start to greasy blackness. Had I been asleep all this time? The room was empty. I felt a sharp pain in my side and bent forward, clutching at it. Yet my fingers met no warm witness, no parting gift of revenge from my once mentor sliced into my flesh. Later, I learned that Nestor was murdered, and while I dreamed that dream of him and felt the phantom echoes of his pain, he lay expiring in a pool of his own blood. One of his apprentices, of course, an old hand, which might come as a surprise, except for the fact that Nesta never let go of any of us. Oh dear. Actually, it was the telepathy that tipped the poor fellow right over the edge. That what struck with me, and it stuck as uncomfortably as the phantom knife in my side, was the undeniable fact that I would never have been free of Nestor if he hadn't died. Please end this was only his last attempt at a joke. Oh, okay. Oh, it's stock SFX? Okay. Damn. That was a good one. Okay. How do we get to get back? It was on labyrinth. Okay. Asher. Wait, hang on. Let's see something here. Winter's Trumpet is prequel to Asher. Oh. Okay. Asher, God of Mercy. Okay, so Asher's a good introduction, right? Okay. Let's do Asher. You live in the glorious city-state of Asher, once the center of the Assyrian Empire, which fell 100 years ago. You are a librarian. No, make that librarian's assistant. You got the job when you were a student at Asher University. Lately, you keep dreaming of a mystery man. Bad dreams, sometimes dreams of the future, run in your family. But that's not what is about to get you in trouble. You have a dangerous secret. You can see magic. It's not supposed to be dangerous to be a scrivener seer, as your kind are called. The old empire has fallen. Only in old imperial times were people like you routinely rounded up and fed to the shadow demons. Those times are gone, or they're supposed to be. So when a woman comes along asking for a book that isn't part of your library's collection, a book that glows with the magical letters called Nell marks, you realize you're in trouble. To make matters worse, treasure hunters discover your secret, and they want something from the haunted ruins of the Imperial Palace. They want you to help them. You have a feeling your life will never be the same again. Make choices as Tetrine influence your personality and the plot. And tell her story in this interactive novel with 9 endings. Ooh. Some endings are distinct, some endings have significant variation based on your choices. Play for free, and if you like it, please consider throwing in a tip. Your support goes towards making more games. If you like Asher, you may want to check out Tell a Demon, more unique endings highly influenced by your choices. Or our In the Works project, The Empress of Asher, our first adventure game visual novel hybrid. Oh, John the Rider's prequel to Winter Trumpet and Asher. Okay. Free, new and short. Twine template. Want the twine template? You can get it here. There's a twine template. Simple VN template for twine. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Uh-oh. It's missing a graphic. Shit. Sitting thin, hawking and praying, I might begin to dicker with dying. Edna St. Vincent Millay. Oh. There is the city lost to time and lost to place. You have never heard of it, nor have you seen it. You have never crawled its catacombs, nor walked its streets. In fact, it exists only in vague and slate-colored dreams. The city has a name, and its name is Asher. However, this is not the story of a city, but of a young lady named Tetrine Reich. Tetrine is about to be swallowed whole by the secrets of this city. No music. Aw. Tetrine Reich, hailing from the fine city-state of Aarhus, about 5'6", a librarian's assistant. Nobody important. But we all have secrets. Oh, it takes you back. Tetrine is about to be swallowed whole by the secrets of this city, much in the way an egg is devoured by a snake. (3120 Denard Street, Tetrine's apartment. It was early fall when the wind was just beginning to bite. That morning, Tetrine dreamt of portraits in a long hallway. The portrait hall spread out in every direction. Tetrine stood there, uneasy. Light sifted through a door at the end of the hall. The portrait hall spread out in every direction. Tetrine stood there, uneasy. It wasn't what she usually thought of when she thought of portrait halls. The portraits were painted directly onto the cool limestone walls. Fresco, she realized. Others, there were at least a dozen, maybe more. Some had glassy black eyes and pale skin. Others were pale like faded photographs as her time had bleached away the color. She couldn't look away from their faces. It certainly wasn't sunlight that had faded the paintings, not down here. All wholly unfamiliar, but no. One of them was quite familiar indeed. Tetrine shrank from the face and turned away. Her gaze fell upon the door at the end of the hallway. Once she looked, she could not turn away. The magnetic faces painted on the walls faded to nothing compared to the door and its soft, compelling light. Tetrine stood at the door, hesitating. A beautiful bedchamber spread out before her. Rich velvet curtains seemed to spill onto the marble floor. A figure rested on a decadent swamp bed. A shadow stood in a corner behind the bed. Tejan stood at the door and could only stare. Rich velvet curtains the color of blood seemed to spill onto the marble floor of the color of bone. A figure rested. Oh, the Empress. Tatrin would know the Empress's elegant silhouette anywhere, even wrapped up in gauze and silk as she was. The garment was a pala in the late imperial style, Tatrin noted, but that wasn't the most important thing in the room. A beautiful bedchamber spread out before her. Rich velvet curtains seemed to spill onto the marble floor. A figure rested on the deck of its own bed, a shadow. Oh, yeah, it's back. Oh. Okay. Tatrin started when she looked directly at the shadow. It wasn't a shadow at all, of course. It was the shadow. The Empress's shadow. They call her Kiali. Tatrin almost woke from the slight bitter taste left behind by the unsettling dream. She drifted almost awake, her limbs heavy. It was cold out there beyond the blankets, and despite the frightening dream, she wanted only to sleep. Just a few moments. Time to wake up. Capura Memorial Library. Monday morning. As Tatrin mounted the steps to the library, she passed a woman. There were a number of striking things about that woman. Old imperial era, to be sure. The newest edition was built to house the growing collection. That was only after the university bought the old building. It was Tatrin's idea to work at the library, a small thing she still felt proud of. And Rosemary followed suit not long after. Of course, the fantasy had lost a little of its shine, but a job was a job. She entered the library through the large double doors. Rosemary, the other librarian's assistant, waved her over, and Tatrin resigned herself to another day. Rosemary, would you be a dear and take care of this for me? Rosemary indicated a cart full of books. Tatrin eyed it in dismay. It looked as if half the city had decided today was the day to return their unread books, including a complete set of Virgil's masterworks. Tatrin, of course. Rosemary, I've got to run. Tatrin, but it's only 8 o'clock. Rosemary, Trina, it's a real play this time. I'm so sick of radio. Hey, what's up? Hello. I'm checking out Sun Labyrinth's itch.io interactive novels. How are you doing, Grace and Ace? Yeah, she's good. She's good. The one that I want to get to is And I'll Never Leave. Which story? My story or this story? Because I just released something on Itch and on Amazon and different places. Oh my! You read it? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. You're talking about this one, right? Because that's the one I just released. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you so much. I stood up all night just doing some Facebook banners and all that stuff for it. I was so excited. I really have Jason Sizemore to thank and Dean Samet to thank for just the cover and just putting the ebook together for me. Without those two guys, 9 years apart, right? I don't know what I would have done. Yeah, Dean Samet. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's Tanya Liebert, right here. All right, and I go into the process of Grace and Aso too. Okay, Grace and Aso too. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So how'd you hear about me? Oh, you are? Okay. Comics? I don't know. I'll message you. I'll message you later. How about that? Okay. All right. Let me just continue here. So it's Rosemary, right? Trina. It's a real play this time. I'm so sick of radio. I can't miss this audition. Wish me luck. Oh. Yeah, this one. The train. Will he be gone all day? Rosemary. Probably. I don't know. The train. Rosemary. Oh, Trina, you're a doll. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Bye. Rosemary fled, presumably before Katrine could question her further. Katrine stared at nothing for a little while, feeling the lonely quiet of the library acutely. Then her gaze dropped to the card of books, and her thoughts wandered to acting and Rosemary. It was going to be one of those days, and then she realized that someone stood uncomfortably close to her. That'll give me details on the books without really seeing it. And her thoughts actually. And she thought about how Asher was hardly the city state for actresses of any ambition. Ooh. The kind filled with books and dust in silent rooms just like old houses in Oros. And how many years had it been since she'd abandoned her family home? Ancient stone walls always carried ghosts. Tetrine did not want to think of ghosts. Woman, I was never fond of libraries, except perhaps mine. Tetrine whirled. What? It was that woman, the one she'd seen this morning. Woman. Trina, was it? Eavesdropping worry. But Tetrine didn't say that aloud. Tetrine, it's Mrs. Reich. if you don't mind. Woman, I don't mind, hun. Katrine, can I help you with something? Woman, I was wondering about a book. It might have been that unsettling dream. It might have been the woman's confident, oddly familiar manner. Either way, Katrine would never understand later how she had responded to the woman the way she did at that moment. Katrine, I don't know what you mean. Woman, don't be coy. I'm not in a patient mood today. Katrine, well then, what kind of book would you like me to find for you? Madam, it would have arrived recently, perhaps wrapped in paper or some such. Katrine, I can't recall. Is there a title I can look up? Woman, how about something that doesn't belong? Katrine, I wouldn't know where to begin. Katrine signed. Katrine, I'm sorry. I'll look. Woman, I'll wait. Dove. Katrine tried to think. According to the woman, the book could be anywhere. In the lobby. Katrine moved the chairs and looked into the corners, the kind that students like to sleep when exams were nigh, but she didn't find so much as a paper, wrapping, or a lost pencil. It wasn't here. Katrine returned to the desk. Woman, nothing, Damn him. What did he say? Right. Katrina suddenly glad Miss Nora wasn't around to enforce her to the rules of language. Woman, be a dear and look through the folk section, will you? Katrina, folk? As in stories, or custom, or Woman, I haven't the faintest idea. Seeing God save me. Between you and the old meddler, Katrina, I'll just... look around. She should try. Katrine folklore. Katrine paused at the stairs. She didn't like that section much. Woman, I haven't got all day. What are you waiting for? Katrine suppressed a wince at the woman's raised voice. She would have to say something about that. She hoped the woman wouldn't complain to Miss Nora, her boss. Katrine was beginning to feel silly and stupid, as if she were missing something obvious. But a nameless book wrapped in paper was awfully vague. Woman, well? The woman's voice wasn't getting any softer. Katrine would have to say something. I'm sorry, madam, but I have to ask you to keep your voice down. Kelville. You have to, do you, Kelville? Dove, there's hardly anyone here, and if I wasn't in the mood for your earlier nonsense, I'm certainly not in the mood. Look at me. Cold fear struck Katrine, and her heart gave a painful lurch. Demons asked people to look at them. They wanted to catch your gaze with theirs, and then... Kelville, oh, a superstitious one, I see. I bet you're the sort to get inside before dark like a good little imperial citizen, too. This was true, but Katrine wasn't about to admit it out loud. Kelville, just get me my book. Katrine, it isn't here. Kelville, find it for me, and we can be off on our separate little ways. Katrine, I don't know what you want me to do about it. Kelville, you're going to find it. That's what you're going to do about it. Katrine, well, I can't find it without a name or some more specific instructions. Woman, you are a good little imperial citizen. Do you keep an altar to the immortal empress too? Katrine wasn't sure how to respond to that. She decided to carry on as if the woman had not insulted her. Katrine, if you don't have an author's name, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to find it. Woman, it won't be listed among your little paper cards, I assure you. Katrine, if it's not in the collection, what is it doing in the library? I should check the new books instead. Woman, no, it's here, dear heart. It's in your folk section. Whatever that means. Katrine, I was going to try folklore next, but I think we might have a small section on rural Assyrian art. No, Folklore. That must be it. Are you sure there's no way to identify this book? It's just in a bit of brown packaging? Woman, I'll know it when I see it, Dove. Now, show me. Katrine led the way upstairs. The section was part of the original building and was said to date back to the immortal Empress's founding of Asher. She thought it might be true, judging on the age of the brick in places, although little else of the original building remained. Despite the sunlight sifting through the window, this wing of the library always felt isolated. The nail marks on the bookshelf caught her attention first, and she drew in a sharp breath. See here. How long is this? For a moment, she felt the pull of the knell itself. That other world from which the marks came called to her, and the pull was like a sudden tide. She could see the golden fields and the glittering river itself in her mind's eye, flowing with the words and disjointed letter that formed magic itself. When the sensation passed and her vision cleared, Katrine saw the strange woman holding up a piece of paper to Katrine. You didn't take that from a book, did you? Well, no, darling, it was on the ground. Don't worry, I much prefer the whole book. Katrine, is that what you were looking for? Well, it's hard to say. But before she could ask, Woman, not today. I'll come back tomorrow. There's something... But never mind. The woman gave her a long look, then left the room. Katrine glanced again at the nail marks and could not help but feel like the dreams of late and the nail marks portended nothing good. How long is this? Save. Okay. Menu. Okay. Endings. All right, let's try. And I'll never leave, right? This one's kind of good. I held my tea in both hands, grateful for the warmth and for the comfortable chair in the cozy little cafe. It was nice to sit down, finally. The guy across from me, he called himself Michel, had really saved me. Thank you. Again, I mean.
Think nothing of it.
I wish I could pay you back. I didn't expect to get lost or I'd have my wallet. He refilled my cup.
Cassandra, you can repay me by telling me about yourself. I am greatly interested in people.
I'm pretty boring, not even joking.
Start with anything that catches your fancy. I'll interview you.
An interview? Why?
As a writer, I enjoy hearing the stories of others.
Okay, but I can't promise anything. For most of my childhood, I lived in a van.
Oh?
My parents loved traveling and traveling cheap. We went all over. I described the adventures, the near misses, the danger, the fun. I must have talked for an hour.
And you believe you are uninteresting?
Sure, because to me it was like eating too much ice cream, all that travel. Got sick of ice cream. One day I said to myself, I'm going to find a cute little town in the woods. And I'll never leave. I love this place, the greenery, the wine berries in summer. It's funny though, I never got lost until today. He listened intently, but nothing I said felt like enough. I was so lost when he helped me. Maybe I could tell him something more interesting, valuable, personal. Writers liked that stuff, didn't they? Tell him. Sad thing is, I've always wanted to escape. When I found this town, I thought I could be happy. But it's like my parents' restlessness came out in me another way, you know? All I can think about is escape. Books, movies, games, anything to get away from the hell that is Earth.
Life can be quite trying.
Sorry, I don't know why I told you that.
Don't be. Ah, is it 11 already?
That sound is gonna get haunting when I do this again. Oh, I spoiled it for it. Oops. You're heading out? Do you have time to give me directions? Michelle set some coins on the table, something about them. What is that?
This is an Assyrian $quarter.
There was no eagle, no president's face. Instead, there was a Greek-style sphinx on one side and a priestess on the other. And this cafe takes Assyrian quarters?
Indeed it does. After all, you are in Assyria.
Where?
The capital, in fact. Thank you for the interview.
He set more coins on the table.
I cannot give you directions home, but I can give you this. You will find this quantity takes you farther here than it would in your world.
Uh-oh.
At least my conversations with others like yourself have led me to believe as much.
Da. You're saying this is another world? Man, maybe I took a wrong turn, maybe you're joking, but this isn't funny.
That sort of joke is not to my taste. You will find, my dear, that magic, like life, has a twisted sense of humor.
Let's try this again. I'm sorry. I'm sure you had somewhere to go and I got in the way of your plans.
Not at all. I was out to clear my thoughts. That you and your predicament happened along was no great matter.
I wish I could pay you back. I didn't expect to get lost without having my wallet. You refilled my cup.
Cassandra, you can repay me by telling me about yourself. I am greatly interested in people.
I'm pretty boring, not even joking.
Start with anything that catches your fancy. I'll interview you.
An interview? Why?
As a writer, I enjoy hearing the stories of others.
Okay. But I can't promise anything. For most of my childhood, I live in a van.
Oh? And you believe you are uninteresting?
Sure, because for me it was like eating too much ice cream, all that travel. Got sick of ice cream. He listened intently, but nothing I said felt like enough. I was so lost when he helped me. One of my parents' crazy camper van trips, I knew better than to go, but well, that doesn't matter. Anyway, that's when everything locked down with COVID, so we're stuck in this foreign country. Then Dad got sick.
That must have been harrowing.
No kidding. We got him to the hospital and he almost didn't make it. I took a sip of tea, peppermint tingled on my tongue. Everyone I know, even Mom, gets annoyed that I keep bringing it up, but I just can't seem to shut up about it. I'm still not over it, you know?
I dare say I would not be over it if I were in your shoes.
I was older, but he was always so hearty. I hated seeing him so weak. That was awful, but you know what's worse? I still expect to wake up one day and find him in some foreign place, unable to leave. Sorry, I don't know why I told you that story.
Don't be. Ah, is it 11 already? This is an Assyrian $quarter. Indeed it does. After all, you are in Assyria.
Where?
The capital, in fact. Thank you for the interview. I cannot give you directions home, but I can give you this. You will find this quantity takes you farther here than it would in your world. At least my conversations with others like yourself have led me to believe as much.
This feels like deja vu.
Indeed, you find yourself in another country. But not like you expected.
You think he's her captor? Let's check out another one. See here. Ah. You have to name a price first. Okay. One background, one sprite, etc. Yeah, jeez. I threw off the covers and follow after Jay. He leads the way through the dark house. Activated glow sticks are thrown across the floor to guide the way. I guess we're conserving electricity again. Our garden is a mess shoved into a corner of our small suburban lot. Try to fit as much into every spare square of space. The tomatoes have taken over because I didn't know how to prune them until after it was too late. I guess we had better salvage what we can and get it into the basement. Jeez, I wonder what they're spraying. They're able to make rain for days. Why not clouds, I guess. We got the tomatoes in first. I will start new lettuce plants when we get everything set up in the basement. We just have to do this one step at a time. I can't believe this is happening. I know. We'll get through this. Both of us know that we might not survive. Chaos will ensue. Hungry people will protest, riot. A little suburb will be full of desperate people. I pick through the garden. My heart hurts when I see green tomatoes brown in the dim orange light. Green tomatoes that will never turn red. Some plants are in the ground, others are lined up in pots and grow bags that we can move. Jay and I spent weeks in the spring getting the garden going. We weren't supposed to do this again? No, we don't know. At least we get along with our neighbors. Lee and her wife across the street, they've got aquaponics, powered by wood generator. I didn't think that was possible. He is an engineer, her hobby is steam engines. I don't feel better, but I do feel hopeful. We've bartered with most of our neighbors by now. If we band together, share resources and lend a hand, we can survive this wave. It's how we coped last time. So I tell myself, I also remember how desperate people got the last time. It made you crazy, the dimness that would never end. Everyone felt weird and sick by the time the particle clouds cleared. Do you think they know just how much they hurt us when they dimmed the sun? I don't know. It's supposed to be for a good cause, right? But none of us want to talk about the people we know who died. With no news, no internet, we only know what's going on when we are told by authorities, but mostly we know what goes on within our little circle. I stare at the angry orange-brown sky, testing my eyes. Mounts of work will wither and turn brown and die. And it will clear again. I join a shaky breath. Jay, are you crying? I nod, and it gets worse. Here I am crying over a few tomatoes. I know it's stupid to despair because it takes so much effort to survive. How long will our food store last this time? 6 months. The last time they dimmed the sun, we only had 4 months of food and the darkness lasted 3.5 months. They told us it was only supposed to last a few days, but something went wrong. Yeah, it's a decent one. Okay, and this is my ebook here. Stop. Right, welcome back. So before I go, this is my itch.io page here, DS and Knives. It's also on Amazon. Right. DS of Knives is also on Amazon. Let me see. Should be here. All right. That's it there. Right. All right. That was a short stream. Another ad break. What? All right. So that's basically some stuff on itch.io that I was checking out. And thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for watching the VODs. I know you guys do. Be sure to pop a follow and turn on notifications here to see when I'm streaming next. I own the website, tony.ca. I'll see you guys next time.